massive fire, spread consciousness. 1,000 faces to light the dawn, rising presage and demon salvage. Hurricane faces to face the unknown, shining lanterns through crimson night into my veins. Verily, I am thousand embers but one flame. Stand, the flowing tide will test my soul, and now the fleeting wind will carve my name upon eternity. Tonight I face the storm within, the shadow fades away, the lantern guides me through the void, so open your innermost mind and see. Feel the cruising to survival, bloom in the dawn, meditation, carry the spark, feeling stillness and fire, spread consciousness, a vagrant prayer to light my mind, chasing traces of golden ashes, infinite prayer to hearts of the blind, guiding signal into darkness. Oh, 1,000 faces to light the dawn, rising presage and demon salvage. Hurricane faces to face the unknown, shining lanterns through crimson night until my fate. Verily, I am thousand echoes in one night. Verily,
What is up, everyone? What's going on? Good evening. How y'all doing on this fine and lovely Thursday afternoon? It is February the 26th. We're almost we got, 2 more days until we're done with this month. Time goes on very quickly, especially when you're gaming. So, appreciate y'all for coming out, tuning in, and being a part of the show. So, let's get on with it, shall we? Because we got some interesting topics that we're going to talk about tonight. And, of course, can't do this by myself. Of course, my co-host, Waluigi, sitting right across from me.
Oh, hi, I know you guys. Well, I think I know you guys, but that's not important right now. Glad to be back. Last episode was a banger.
It definitely was.
Shouts out to all of y'all for pulling up. Shouts out to the people here. Some good-ass Tekken will never get old.
Absolutely.
So, man, there's a lot of topics going on.
There's a lot of interesting topics going on that happened like right after last week Thursday, and even coming up until now. Like a lot of things are moving within the games industry right now, and it's interesting because I don't know if I could say it's a good thing or if it's a bad thing, but it's like a mixture of both. And usually when that's the case, then that means things get interesting, and now you just have to see how things play out. Yeah. See how things go from here, because you never know. Right now, we're like, some people are dooming and glooming about it, but
they're always doing that.
Yeah, but I think this just makes things a lot interesting, because now we get to see where things go, how people move when there's always a shift within the games industry. So
yeah, one
of them being, and we're gonna get on with our very first topic, and that is, you want to pull up the screen on that one?
Yep, I'm right on it.
All right. And that is the beginning. Oh, why is the screen glitching? I think it's the HDMI cable.
Oh, no. Do you want me to unplug and plug it back in?
It's kind of fine.
I'm scared.
It's kind of fine, but it's like on this screen, because I have OBS on my screen right over here. It's like glitching. I don't know if it's like I have a bad HDMI cable or something. Or
no worries.
Plug it into something else. Just always unplug. Replug. And let's see if that fixes the problem. It doesn't fix the problem. Ladies and gentlemen, then again, I have my readers, the HDMI readers. I could always shift to that, so
don't worry. I can stall in the meantime, because right now I'm just watching a POV of my boy Hines at a Street Fighter tournament right now. Shouts out to the Island crew. My FGC fam, that's my day ones. Oh my god, neutral jump.
Just when you think things will be like, okay, you know what, this is going to go okay, this is going to go well, something always happens. Like, you never catch a good break. Never. So, we're going to try a different capture method. So, bear with us, y'all. Okay. All right. We're good.
I hope we're good.
Yeah, we're good. So, EVO.
Beginning the next evolution.
Yeah, so I'm going to pull up on my screen. So, pretty much a lot of people are talking about this. Oh, let me silence this phone. All right, silent. So, a lot of people are talking about EVO, because EVO has now been acquired by Saudi Arabia, or the company RTS, which is also owned by Saudi Arabia. So, a lot of people are not too happy with this. Primarily, those of us that are living in the United States,
or that are people that don't show up to locals.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, I don't know how else to say it kindly.
So, this has gotten the FGC in quite a lot of discourse. Like a lot of people are talking about it, and I'm just like, I'm not putting my take into it yet because I wanted to. I didn't put my take on it on social media as of yet because I wanted to wait to do it on the podcast because I'll just be quite frank. I don't think majority of the FGC watch my podcast anyway, so I can get away with saying whatever I want.
Imagine
and
how
then
I'm surviving.
And then, of course, I can clip it later. And then if they want context, hey, come to the podcast where you can get the full context of everything. So if you are now, but if you are now watching this, so that way you can get context behind the things that I am saying off of the clips that I post on social media. Hi, welcome.
About time is what I'm saying.
So before I even read into this, so my overall, I'm trying to think of how I want to approach this. And I think the biggest one I want to approach is the fact that, for one, I'm going to say something positive. Yes, let me say something positive about this. I'm going to give credit to EVO that they're going to be hosting in new locations like Brazil, Morocco, Mexico, Saudi Arabia, and China. I'm actually happy for the Brazil and Mexico players because they've always wanted to come to EVO. They've always wanted to be a part of the EVO experience. They want to experience EVO because they don't have something like that in their own countries, or not to my knowledge.
No, like regionals, no, like they just most likely a local level, or what they call local, which might be a couple people, maybe a few online tournaments that they can show up in the States. It's like very limited options. But with EVO being international, it opens up more options.
Yeah. And I'm happy for places like Brazil and Mexico because I know that is a huge SNK player base of gamers that they love SNK, they like Fatal Fury, King of Fighters.
But they can't get into the US for some reason.
Yeah, and that's the difficult part. Like, it's hard for them to get to the United States to compete at some of these majors like a Combo Breaker, a CEO, Frosty Faustings, and of course EVO. So they don't have that access. And for EVO coming in 2027, they're gonna now be hosting it at other locations like Brazil and Mexico, Morocco, Saudi Arabia, and China. It's good for them. And that's the one positive, and that's a positive I'm going to say about this, is the fact that they now get to experience this. Now, of course, those of us in the United States feel that because they're announcing EVO in all these other locations, then the one in Las Vegas is not going to feel special. My counter to that is, are you going to be attending all of the other EVOs around the world? Are you going to do an EVO World Tour around the world and go to all these EVO events in all these different places? I would say 99% of FGC players in the United States, they're not going international to all these different EVOs. Hell, they don't even go to EVO Japan. And this year, I believe we're going to also have EVO France. Yeah. And
we did last year, or...
No, it was, we had EVO...
No, that was
Las Vegas. Las Vegas, that's the primarily one. Los Angeles... But that was more of an award show. And then EVO Japan. Like, we've always had EVO Las Vegas and then EVO Japan. Now this year it gets extended to EVO France and EVO Singapore.
Yeah.
So two new locations. And 2027 next year is going to be extended to Brazil, Morocco, Mexico, Saudi Arabia, and China. And I'm happy for those other regions that are going to experience EVO or an FGC event like an EVO. Because in some of these places like Brazil and Mexico, you don't hear a lot of majors.
No, you don't.
In their respective countries. And as I said before, you're not going to see 99% of FGC players in the United States traveling to all of these other EVOs in different countries.
Unless you're a psychopath with a passport. But
yeah, or unless they got a really good sponsor that's going to pay for their flight and their hotel and everything to go to all these events, or you just got money like that. Majority of them are going to be here in the United States, and they're going to go to maybe they'll go to EVO, maybe not. They'll most likely go to Combo Breaker. They're most likely going to go to Frosty Fausting. They're most likely going to go to CEO.
Yep.
So I would say for the United States, just us here in the U.S., we're going to be okay. EVO Las Vegas is our country's
Evo.
EVO.
It's the first one.
Yeah. So y'all can chill out.
It's
Now, I can understand why they like I can understand why they feel some type of way because of all these different evils, but they're just not looking at the broader spectrum of the fact that all these other places get to experience an Evo like event in their own respective countries because it's so difficult for them to get out of their country to go travel to the United States to compete at
100%.
Evo. And I remember this was Arsenal Nash during the Tekken 7, and a lot of people said like, "Oh man, you're like so really good." And I remember Arsenal Nash saying that in his country, in his region, like he's not even the best player.
Yeah.
So that gets you thinking like
Who else is in that
like
area?
if like and Arsenal Nash is a beast in Tekken,
Yeah.
and it just makes you think about like, damn, that means everyone else that's better than you is pretty much going through the same issues and problems of trying to get a visa or a passport to come to the United States to compete. That's interesting. To me that makes things within the FGC culture industry, however you want to call it, makes things a little bit more interesting when you know about stuff like that.
100% does. It's like, hey, wait till you see my friends if you see
Yeah.
them. But what's also beautiful is you're going to potentially see like a lot of moment 37s in different countries.
Yes.
So surely America has the first one, but you're going to see different countries have their own specific moments that
Yeah.
can be laid upon.
Oop. Hold on. I pressed the wrong button.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking about. Like, everyone has their own Evo moment 37. What makes them great? Their own pop-offs, without any of us interfering, or at least very few of us Americans interfering.
Yeah, it's their own culture, it's their own community of people within their respective countries and whatnot.
And those traveling within the continents too.
Yeah,
Like South America, North Americans can travel easily.
yeah,
But when it comes to Asia or certain third world countries, like people are intimidated by Mexico and what's going on, Brazil and such. That gives more like options. Even Morocco too, and you don't hear people talk about Morocco.
yeah,
The more you think about it,
yeah,
they're investing in different places, and I respect that deeply. People look at the small picture like, oh no, my Las Vegas is gone. Whatever shall I do? But you can still go to your locals.
yeah,
You can still go to other regionals and majors and online events.
yeah,
But if you're consumed by paying an extra $200, $300 of entertainment fee to get into your Evo, that's on you then.
yeah,
That's all I gotta say.
yeah. And that's gonna lead me to like the negative of.
Did you want me to read this article or?
Yeah, go ahead and read it.
I know we forgot something. So, beginning the next evolution, article by EVO. For over 20 years, EVO has been where the fighting game community gathers, our champions rise, and their legacies are cemented. What began in arcade tournaments has become the world's largest offline video game competitions. With tentpole events across 3 continents now, we are evolving again. Then it goes to community first always. What EVO's ownership has always known from day one to today is that community is the root of competitive fighting games. Community is the backbone of EVO events. It is where EVO's future come from and where we are committing our new resources. Beginning later this year, EVO will be working together with the community on the ground level to elevate and help it grow. We will be dedicating significant resources to locals around the world to help create sustainability for the bedrock of the FGC.
Stop right there.
I was ready to say, like,
So I want to know about I want to know about that, like dedicating significant resources to locals around the world to help create sustainability for the bedrock of the FGC.
yeah, I'm highlighting that too so people can pay attention.
So I want to know what is their plans for that, because the biggest issue with the FGC, like of course you have the community in itself. I would say the biggest thing, especially for locals, their biggest challenge, it's not about the hardware, like
Nope.
getting setups, getting stream equipment and things like that. It's not that.
Location.
Not even location's a part of it.
Yep.
But it's more so exposure.
Yes.
Locals need more exposure. So how I want to know how are they going to help the locals across around the world with their exposure, because that is the one thing that is, I would say, not growing the FGC at the
Yeah.
rate that we need, because the fact that, for one, fighting games are already a difficult competitive esport,
Esports.
because the fact that it is a 1v1 competition.
Yeah.
And when it comes to fighting games, for a casual gamer coming into the fighting game space, they don't like to lose. They hate losing. They don't want, because if they feel like if they lose, then they feel embarrassed, and then and it makes them uninterested in continuing to play the game to get better. What I feel like the fighting game community needs the most is, in order for it to be a profitable um, venture, is you need more people spectating and watching the event. You
Yeah.
need more people.
You need witnesses.
Yeah, you need more eyes on what you're trying to sell to the public, what you're trying to sell to other gamers. And I feel that when it comes to the fighting game community,
It's lacking.
sometimes we do invite new people in, but sometimes even within our own culture, we kind of become very tribalistic, because if you go to places like a CEO or a Combo Breaker or an EVO, there's lots of groups amongst each other, but we're all here collectively for one reason, and that is to enjoy this event, to have a good time. And over the years, many of the complaints that fighting game competitors have when they go to majors is that there's not enough money, the
Yeah.
payout is low, or I spent a lot of money to get here and I won this tournament, and now it's like it doesn't even cover my expenses to
Yeah.
get here. And which is understandable, but the thing is that you need more eyes on the product. You need more eyes on the competition. Like, and I'm going to use an analogy. Like when you go to a basketball game or a
Yep,
football
I was
game.
ready to tell you that.
Yeah, when you go to a sporting event, I want you to think about this. How is it that the sport teams, how do they make their money? The people. The
Yep.
people that come out and watch the sporting event. They buy the ticket.
Merchandise,
Yeah, merch.
food.
They buy the merchandise. They buy the tickets in the stadium to watch the game. Or if they're at home, they're watching the pay-per-view or whatnot. Like, there's a way to monetize viewership, whether you're seeing it in person or you're seeing it at home. With the FGC, there's really not much monetization when it comes to viewership. And I remember when Capcom tried to do that, it pissed off a lot of the FGC with Street Fighter, because they wanted to have their Capcom Cup pay-per-view. I don't know the full context of everything, like the whole context, but just the short version of it is that a lot of people didn't like it because the fact that the price was a little bit too high, and which I understand and get. I just want to ask those same competitors, like, if you want to see this scene grow into something more profitable, so that way there are more opportunities for competitors who actually go out, travel, and to compete in these games, then there needs to be a way to monetize the viewership to grow this thing. Like, and I hate to say this, you need money to grow the FGC. And if it's not, and at the level where it's at, it's like it's not going to grow if people are not going to want to be a part of the experience. So if you're not getting a lot of eyes on a product, aka you're not getting a lot of eyes on said game, said tournament, then there's really not a lot of monetization options for the company or the event that's hosting the tournament to continue to provide that service to where, hey, we can try to get to another level. And sure, you can tell game companies like Capcom or SNK or NetherRealm or ArcSys to be like, hey, put like $1 million on for your big tournament or whatnot, and let's see if that'll attract more players, which it will, but it's not going to be enough for that company, that game company, to break even. And if
they won't make money off of it.
Yeah, and if you want them to continue it for like years down the line, they're gonna end up losing money, and they're not gonna end up doing it anymore. Like, at the end of the day, they're still a business. They're a business to make money. They're not a business for charity.
Yeah,
and I hate to say that, even as a tournament organizer,
it hurts, but it's the truth.
Yeah, like, and I think most of us in the FGC needs to come to the terms that if we want to see the FGC go to another level, we need more new blood in, more new faces in, more new people playing some of these fighting games. Like, imagine in I wouldn't say a perfect world, but a little bit more ideal within the FGC world. Like, every local, like, I'm gonna say here in South Florida.
Yep.
Every local in South Florida averages over 100 players.
Yeah.
Averages 100 competitors.
That's true.
And then you have the 100 competitors, and you have about close to 200 spectators. Yeah. You know how much money that local alone would be raking in, to the point where it's like, okay, we need to expand. We need to get more setups. We need more space to accommodate this huge influx of people. Yeah. And then you repeat the same process at so many other places, so many other locals across the United States, across your home state, that everyone gets to eat and enjoy.
Yeah.
And then that in itself creates more opportunities for where people be like, hey, I want to contribute or find places of employment within the FGC. Like, the opportunities would be there, but there needs to be money coming in order for that to happen.
Somewhere in some way.
Yeah.
But most people think the companies are just going to give free money out, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, and it's like, you guys need to know how money works and how it travels and flows. It's not about, oh, TOs are just being greedy so that way they can pocket everything. Like, no, like, there's so much logistics that goes into having these big, unique events, that it's a lot of money that you have to put up front, and then hope that you have enough people coming out to your event to where, I hope I can break even. I hope this event helps bring in more revenue for us, so that way we can continue to keep doing these events for more years down the road and continue to grow and expand it. So that way, hey, if it grows and expands, that's more opportunities for a lot of people to enjoy. That's going to benefit the people.
I agree. So should I keep going?
However, because EVO is owned by the Saudis,
we don't know what's going to happen.
A lot of people don't trust this, and I myself, I do not trust this.
I don't either.
I don't. I have zero faith and trust in the Saudi government, because they do not know what the United States FGC culture is like. But because they own EVO, and then of course they have people who are familiar with the culture, we can kind of see how they're going to change things, what they're going to implement. So for me, I'm going to be a little bit pragmatic. I don't support the Saudi Arabian government. I'm not for it, and
mainly because we're Americans in the first place.
Yeah. And of course, their values and our values are 100% completely different. I'm not going to get too much into
no politics or anything.
Yeah, nitty-gritty on that. What I am going to say is this. I want to see what their plans are when it comes to supporting the locals here in the United States. I want to see their plans, because if it is good and it works, then I'm going to take their plans and then remix it so where it's my own creative plan, and then just continue on forward. Continue with it. Just see what they have, see what their idea is, take their idea, and then change it up and remix it so that way it's your unique idea. And you just run with it. But when it comes to resources to help create a sustainability for the bedrock of the FGC, the biggest thing is you need more people in. Like, you need more people in order for the FGC to grow and benefit to where, hey, there's a possibility that a lot more opportunities are going to come within the FGC. But as it stands right now, I don't recommend anyone trying to be a competitor full time because you're not going to make a lot of money. You're going to be trying to go to locals almost every day trying to make a buck. And then when you go to majors, you're going to have to put money down to go to the major. You're going to have to hope that you make not even top 8, at least top 2. And then wait a while until that money comes to you. Then you got to pay taxes with that money. It's not sustainable.
So let's go back within the article. Just
Yeah,
so we can
go
keep up to
go
pace.
for it. I know I went on a.
Nah, you're good. It has
I
to be.
would-
It has to be let out from that real question about the significant resources to locals.
Yeah,
It opens- it
because
opens up
that
more.
stood out, because that part right there stood out to me a lot. So I wanted to tackle that one.
It's a can of worms that's going to be tackled later on, is what it looks like. But back from the article, we know firsthand that no event grows without local support, EVO included, and we want all events to have locals that can help them grow into pillars of the community. EVO is setting out to help solve the challenges local face, from equipment to awareness and player connectivity, permanently. More details will be communicated to our local partners and the community over the coming months. And this is what we were just talking about, which is super funny.
Mm-hmm.
We said it in a more like let's be real kind of way, but they're saying it. They're saying it in like a very like report-esque like way, just to please the crowd.
Yeah.
So bringing EVO to the world. None of our legacy events in the U.S., Japan, France, or announced events such as Singapore are changing its terms of policies, brand values, level of investment, format, or expectations. Our goal is quite the opposite: to bring these experiences to more players worldwide. Sorry, I had a phone call for a sec. There we go. And continue to welcome the community from all communities, all countries and backgrounds beginning in 2027. EVO will expand into new destinations as part of our long-term commitment to bringing fighting game players together. Soon you'll be hearing information about EVO touching down in our locations, including Brazil, Morocco, Mexico, Saudi Arabia, China. EVO will be building new sustainable events that highlight our diverse regional communities around the globe. We are making it our mission to ensure fighting game events are available for generations of players. And then it goes to announcing a new fighting game world championship powered by EVO. EVO is excited to announce that as a part of our next evolution, that we will be hosting a new championship format designed to uncover who is truly the grandmaster of fighting games. Unlike existing world championships, this new format will require competitors to showcase their mastery of multiple fighting games, putting their adaptability, game knowledge, and fighting game fundamentals to the ultimate test. Only by demonstrating next-level skills across the entire fighting game genre can a player rise to claim this latest championship.
I'm interested.
That seems like a mix of...
To be good at multiple fighting games, like, that's... I would say most people within the FGC are usually good at 2 fighting games at best. At 2 at best. To be good at 3, 4, 5,
That's...
like, you would have to be super gifted.
You would have to be unemployed hella hard. Let me be real. If you work and do 5 fighting games, I give you a lot of respect. It could be from over the years. I could eat my own words, but for now, I see a lot of people unemployed doing
Like,
that.
I would say, like, super gifted players, I'm definitely looking at, like, Sonic Fox.
Punk.
Mm-hmm. Punk. Very gifted.
Butters, if he locked the fuck in. I gotta throw a jab while he's not here, so you can clip it. Anyways, we will be working closely with our publisher partners to determine which titles will be included in this format, and we'll have more info for you later this year. Additionally, we will be working with the community closely to help identify what modern-day titles and legacy masterpieces should represent the breadth of fighting games in this new tournament, with a focus on competitive, not entertainment selections. I like that. Focus on competitive, not entertainment selections. This new fighting game world championship, powered by EVO, will be held one of our 2 founding countries, the US or Japan. Did you want me to continue with the rest of us?
Yeah.
Moving forward with conviction. On the back of our latest acquisition announcements, we wanted to immediately share our vision for EVO. We want the community to know that we are here to grow fighting games globally together. This announcement represents only a portion of where you will find EVO in the future. These are just the first steps of a long-term vision we are committed to. We are incredibly excited about the long-term commitments we can now make to the community, including support for locals, new EVO locations, increased prize pool, new event formats, and the untold opportunities that will arise from them. The FGC is never stagnant, and neither is EVO. That's a bold statement.
Yeah.
And then it shows the calendar.
Yeah. Which, you see all the games like 2027, you're going to have, Singapore, Morocco, Brazil, China, Middle East.
All in
Mexico.
2027.
Yeah.
That is insane. So next year is going to be fun for a lot of international folks.
Definitely is. So I'm happy for them. And I'm just going to say this. The EVO Saudi Arabia one is going to be the biggest one. That's going to be the most grand one because, of course, Saudi Arabia owns EVO. So they're going to make sure that their EVO is going to be the biggest of the biggest. It's going to pretty much outshine the Las Vegas EVO. 100%. I'm not going to even doubt that. I'm betting on that.
Oh, me too.
And I would say second to that is going to be China. I'm interested in seeing Brazil and Mexico.
I'm curious about the Middle East with Tekken. That's like if Arslan Ash actually mentions that there are better people than him.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm interested in seeing the matches. Honestly.
Oh yeah, the Tekken's gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
Then Mexico, I cannot wait to see like Fatal Fury and such.
Oh yeah.
Like every country always has a specific fighting game that they're known for. Like Middle East has became like the pro Tekken players compared to Korea and Japan and such.
Mm-hmm.
Mexico with King of Fighters or any SNK game. China has been with Street Fighter and various games such as SNK. Then Morocco and Singapore, you got me there.
Yeah,
I'm cooked on those two.
Yeah,
but most likely towards the King of Fighters esque. But I could be mistaken.
Yeah, we'll see. Like we'll see when next year, like out of those two countries, like which game is going to have like the most entrants. Like we want to see like the entrance, like that way we can definitely know. Okay, so this country is we already know they favor this game. Like we already know EVO Japan, it's Street Fighter 6.
100%.
Like that has the most people signing up for that game. And here in the United States, it's
everything.
It's Street Fighter 6.
It's Street Fighter 6 mainly. Then it goes to Tekken.
Then Tekken, and then Guilty Gear Strive. It's supposed to be Mortal Kombat, but we don't talk about that no more.
Especially with Paramount coming in with the higher bid, but that's not important. But the rest of the article is in Japanese, but I think it's just saying the same thing.
Yeah. What I'm interested is because now that this is now owned by the Saudis or whatnot, you know what I'm really interested in?
Go on.
What if EVO brings Smash back? Because it's not owned by PlayStation anymore. Think about it.
So are we going to see like the greatest Smash players of history or of today is the question. Like people that have been like rogue as hell.
Yeah, because Smash has not been on the EVO stage ever since PlayStation bought it.
It's been a few years, hasn't it? It's been a couple of years.
No, like I would say before the pandemic era.
Oh, it's been like over like half a decade. It's like 5 years.
Yeah. So Smash has not been featured on the EVO stage. In the past, yes, like when Smash Ultimate came out, it was I think they had the biggest turnout for Smash. Let me look that up.
Don't worry.
I'm
on another POV of looking at Street Fighter 6 with my boy Hines. He's in the grand finals now.
EVO 2019. All right, Wikipedia.
God bless Wikipedia.
Over 3,000 competitors. 3,500 competitors for EVO 2019 for Smash.
Jesus.
Bro.
I don't know if it's going to have those same numbers.
Today, it is the most attended Smash Bros. Tournament event ever.
Oh.
Damn.
So, if they bring back Smash, I think we're going to see, like, more Americans go back into action.
Yeah, you'll see some Smash. You'll see, even though it's owned by, here's the thing, it's owned by the Saudis now, so.
They don't give a fuck. What's Sakurai going to do? He ain't going to do shit. He's going to work on Kirby.
But the thing is, with Evo, I don't think a lot of people are going to go to Evo this year because
Oh, hell
they've
no.
completely priced out the average player.
They maxed out.
Yeah, they completely priced us out. Like early registration is like $200,
Yeah.
and that's with one game, and that's just getting to Evo. And then of course, if you want the finals arena, you got to pay an additional cost for that. And then Vegas in itself is also expensive, so you're looking to pay close
I
to
don't wanna go-
$2,000 or close to $3,000 just to go to Evo for that weekend.
So remember when you said that we wanted to go to Evo for as our dreams and such?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna do it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna change dreams as an
Yeah,
adult.
neither am I. I'm not.
Wait, is the camera facing us? Or
Yes.
It's like,
Yeah, it's on us.
you can always change your dreams, kids. Don't spend too much money unless you have
Yeah,
no choice.
yeah. I'm not going. Listen, I'm not going to Evo this year, next year, or the following year.
No,
Not because of the fact that the Saudis own it. It's because of the fact that they completely priced out the average player. I am an average player. Okay,
so am I.
I work a 9 to 5. I'm not paying that much money just to go to a tournament and go probably 3-2 and 2-2. I'm good. I'll go to CEO. That costs me more than a almost 75%?
Of Evo, pretty much.
Like less than 75%.
Because gas and hotel alone are like what? I would say less than $1,500.
Yeah.
Pretty much you're paying for gas and your food. It's like $1,500 alone versus flying. And you bring in your own car, unless you get a rental. You're barely paying that much. Because with Vegas, you have flights, you have Ubers, you have higher tax rates. You're going to be cooked before you even get out of the plane.
Literally.
And this is me not sounding like a hater or being disrespectful. It's being dead ass. Like, you will be cooked financially. Like, I've met some buddies who went to EVO for different events that aren't fighting game related. Spent $4,000 and they're still recovering financially.
Bro.
TCGs. It can do it to you.
Bro. Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me either.
Couldn't be me. Like
I lied. It would be me.
like I saw the prices of people who have always gone to Evo, and they said that, bro, like they priced out the regular players. Like Evo back then, before the pandemic era, used to be affordable. Now when PlayStation bought it, the price went up, but it wasn't astronomically huge. It was completely fine. Then last year was like almost that breaking point for a lot of people, and then now this year just like, nah, forget it. Like if you have a sponsor or you just got money like that, yeah, I can see you going to Evo. Or if you live in the Las Vegas area, yeah, I can see you going to Evo. But for everyone else that's gonna want to travel to this event, I'm good. I am 100% good. Y'all can have that. Not because the fact that the Saudis own it. It's the fact that it is expensive. They completely priced out regular people. Like,
Oh, 100%. They priced out everything.
so for everyone in the FGC that says that, and it kills me every time I see this on social media. It kills me so much. And I'm just like, I roll my eyes at it when people say that now more than ever is the time to go and support your locals because the fact that the Saudis own EVO and EVO is god awfully expensive. Now everyone's saying now's the time to go to your locals, and I'm just like, when was the last time you went to your local?
When was the last time you went outside is the question.
When was the last time you went to your local? Like if I were to go through your timeline of all your posts and whatnot, do you show off your local? Do you post your photos of your local? Do you take a photo of yourself or someone takes a photo of you at a local when you make top 8 or top 3 or when you win? Do I see you at your local spreading the money, even though it's not a lot, but at least you want something? It's usually from people that I ain't gonna not to antagonize anybody, but
You're going.
it's usually coming from people that don't go to locals saying y'all should start going to your locals. Like, when was you at the local? I'm just saying. But I feel like if people are against this because they completely priced out the regular players, then we could see a shift where not a lot of people go to EVO, But I better see a lot of people pull up to a combo breaker, and especially CEO.
Yeah, if you don't
I
show up-
better see a lot of people that decide to skip EVO or be like, I'm not going to EVO. You better pull up to either combo breaker or CEO. Otherwise, I'm calling you a fraud, and you should never, ever tweet or post anything about the fighting game community, tournaments, and things like that. Get off the internet. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
No, they're not gonna hear of us anyways. You're fine. Listen, if you say something and they're not gonna type back or talk back or anything, that's just normal modern day fighting game shenanigans. It's not like
Literally.
within our age range where people can just shit talk and roll with it.
Yeah.
They're just gonna be like, "Oh, he said mean words."
Yeah, I'm clearly shit talking, but at the same time,
I wish I was wrong.
but at the same time, it's just like I wish I was joking too, but it was like
Silver, I wish I was wrong though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
We've seen modern fighting games
because I'm just gonna say this: if I see Evo announce that they have another record-breaking numbers of attendance and attendees, I'm just like, y'all motherfuckers are some frauds.
Yeah. All right, are we ready for the next topic before we get too carried away?
Yeah, let's go to our next topic.
So we got Tencent pulled funding after Highguard's rough launch. That's funny. This is like a newer article that we just saw earlier. So bear with me. Shouts out to Insider Gaming. I will save that till we die.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the article of myself on my end.
Let me know when you're ready so I can start reading.
Definitely.
Now, that is so funny.
All right, go for it.
Tencent pulled funding after Highguard's rough launch.
Oof.
That's rough. New details have emerged regarding Highguard's downfall. A new report notes that Tencent pulled its funding for the game, leading to the mass layoffs at Wildlight Entertainment. While not confirmed, it is believed that financing was contingent upon the game hitting a certain metric, such as strong retention rate. This new report from Bloomberg's Jason Schreier notes that fewer than 20 people remain at Wildlight Entertainment. The organization had announced a major restructuring in the wake of Highguard's rough launch. News of the lack of funding came in a meeting on February 11th, only 2 weeks after the game was launched. Holy mackerel. Highguard's staff suggesting that leadership pride came before the fall. The reports note that several team members used the word hubris when asked what went wrong with the launch. There was a belief that company's leadership felt they could recapture the success of Apex Legends, a title they'd worked on previously without recognizing the changing landscape of gaming. As of its writing, the game has 362 concurrent players. The peak in the latest 24 hours was over 600.
I'm gonna say something.
I'm listening. What you got?
See, that part right there, they felt that they could recapture the success of Apex Legends.
And they failed.
Yeah, because the fact that it's like for Apex Legends, that was like lightning in a bottle. You're not gonna get it again a second time. You can only do it once with something new and creative that's going to get people engaged and be like, you know what, I actually like this game. I actually want to, play more of this game. With Highguard, no, it wasn't it.
And you talked about your perspective as well, and the fact it's a big ass map with a 3v3.
Yeah, they now upped it to now it's 5v5 now.
It's a little too late right now in this situation.
Yeah, you could definitely say that again. It's definitely too late. And yeah, this is I'm gonna say this. This is what happens when you have a culture in the within game studios where it's called toxic positivity, where you don't tell people like, hey, this is not gonna work. Like, yo, I don't think this is gonna work or this is gonna happen. Like, because some people fear of backlash. Some people fear that if they say anything negative or something a little bit controversial, that they're gonna be, blacklisted or they're just gonna be just excommunicated or whatnot.
Yeah.
And it's like, with how the game industry is changing and always evolving, you don't want more yes men. You want people that's gonna be dead honest with you.
Like, this might be a bad idea.
Yeah, you want people that's gonna be like you want your harshest critic, because if you have people that are just going to continuously praise you, and then you finally launch it and then it just tanks, it bombs, all those people that praised you, just like they just lied to you because they just wanted to, not offend your feelings. But it's like, yo, if you want something to succeed, you need your harshest critic to criticize your game, so that way you know what to make, you know how to fix it and correct it before you put it out there. And if you put it out there the first time with no criticism, you're gonna get some criticism, and it's gonna backfire on you massively, to the point we're seeing this right now with High Guard.
Real.
Because within gaming culture, toxic positivity, don't criticize, don't say anything bad, don't be negative.
Fuck that.
And a prime example of this, I wouldn't say they're in the same situation, but this is with a different game, a fighting game. You and I, we both know Mortal Kombat 1.
Oh, God.
That game was a victim of toxic positivity, because you had a lot of content creators and high-level players saying, like, this is the best Mortal Kombat ever. Meanwhile, you have your average players,
like, just stuck in a loop of Cyrax and fucking...
that are criticizing this game, saying, like, yo, this game needs some work. This game needs to be fixed. Like, there are ways to correct the game. And then when you voice your opinion, they're saying, oh, you're being toxic. You're being negative. You shouldn't say that.
No, we're being real.
No, we enjoyed this game. We want to enjoy this game a lot, so much more, because we started seeing signs of this towards the end cycle of MK11, when they finally gave us custom variations.
And allowed it for tournaments.
Yeah, and allowed it for tournaments and whatnot. Great. But we also had complaints back then with MK11, because it was just like, y'all can change some stuff with this custom variations, because there were certain characters in that game that were fucking broken. If not broken, they were cheap as shit. And it's just like...
Oh, yeah, Raiden was just dumb as fuck.
Raiden was one. Sindel.
Yep.
Jade.
Yep.
Cetrion.
Yep.
Those four.
Alone.
Like, if they just made some changes with just those characters, be like, you know what? Instead of some of these moves being like you know how you can pick 3 moves?
Yep.
And there are you have 3 slots to pick like 3 moves if they're just like a 1 slot move, or if the move is like super powerful, then it's a 2 slot. I feel like with certain characters that were broken or just like mad cheap, that was carrying people to fucking top 8, like they could be like, you know what, we're gonna take this move and make it 3.
Yeah.
That way we can nerf this character and there can be like a level of balance. And we wanted the same thing with Mortal Kombat 1, but because you had a lot of...
Assists were more broken than the player itself.
Yes.
Yes and no, to an extent.
But there are also certain characters to where it's just like...
Raiden, Baraka.
No. I mean, you can factor those...
Early stages.
Early stages, but as we're getting closer to Season 2, you started seeing a lot of Johnny Cage and...
Oh, yeah.
You started seeing a lot of Johnny Cage and that one character that John Cena played.
Homelander.
No, not Homelander.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Peacemaker.
You started seeing...
I'm senile. My bad, chat.
Bro, you started seeing... Like, top 8, you see nothing but either Peacemaker or Johnny Cage. And then the cameo assist...
Janet Cage.
What? No, it wasn't Janet Cage. You had either Kano, a lot of chameleons...
Yeah. Then you had Ferrator as a newer mix.
Goro. But you started seeing the same characters and then of course the same cameos.
Oh, Tremor was one of them where you had armor. There was hyper armor for certain people.
He's out there, but I don't think it was him.
But Janet Cage was more of a combo extender.
Yeah, but
especially with Ermac.
I would just say like versatility.
Oh yeah.
Like versatility, like that cameo would carry you. Chameleon was one of them. I know Goro was another one.
Cyrax, like early season 1.
Cyrax was another one.
Because you were just locked in.
But characters like
Baraka.
No, I would say like main characters like Johnny Cage.
Yeah, Baraka is a main character.
But they nerfed Baraka.
Oh yeah, I know Raiden was also one of those victims.
But I would say like going towards
season 2.
Yeah, going towards season 2.
Oh, you had Omni-Man.
Omni-Man, not so much.
Or what was it? Homelander or Omni-Man?
No, it was Peacemaker and Johnny Cage. It was just those two.
Oh, okay.
You started seeing a lot of just those two.
I'm out.
Yeah. I know it's been a while, but follow me on. It was just those two that you started seeing a lot in top eights. Go watch the EVO before they did Chaos Reigns, and you'll see like grand final. It was a Johnny Cage mirror match,
Oh yeah.
and I'm just like,
horrific.
how you expect players to get hype for the next season or the next season of Mortal Kombat when this is all of top 8?
I still can't forget CEO Taku 2000. That shit was too funny.
But I know I'm getting a little carried away, but I'm gonna finish the point. Toxic positivity, like that shit,
Well,
kills. It'll kill a good game.
it won't kill a game. It'll kill the developing company of a game.
Yeah, because the fact that you don't want harsh criticism, because because you look at harsh criticism as negativity, and you need that harsh criticism if you want to succeed. And what ended up happening into Mortal Kombat 1, they didn't want no harsh. They pretty much muted and tuned out all the harsh criticism because they took it as negativity. And guess what? The game's dead. Congratulations, content creators, Mortal Kombat 1 content creators, hyping this game, saying that, oh, this is the best Mortal Kombat ever. Y'all fucking killed the game. And with High Guard,
Same thing.
it's not the content creators, it's more so the developers that just
They killed themselves.
yeah, they killed themselves because they didn't want to accept harsh criticism. And when there were content creators like criticizing the game, like yeah, they took it in stride because it's like, all right, we got to fix some things, we got to correct some things. Like if they released this game as a beta before the launch, they could have ironed out a lot of things.
They could have fixed this up 100%. That's what we've been saying for the past like month.
Yeah,
It's like if a beta was introduced, there probably could be some more dramatic changes. Like a 5v5 early on probably would have increased the probability of survival.
yeah,
But let me finish up this quick topic.
go for it.
The Downside development team remains committed to improving High Guard. You can read the full statement following the restructuring at this link. And also check out what one of the former artists who worked on this project heard to say about its difficult launch. And then the link also showed a mention about the 7 different layoffs that occurred. I quickly glanced it and skipped it over, but man, High Guard is going down low.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised that next year they just say, yeah, we're just closing the studio. We're closing the game.
Season 1's over. Pack it up.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the next
Because
one?
because the fact that you have 20 people left developing continuing the development of this game, it's like, yeah, this game's about to be cooked. This game's cooked. But yeah, I'm ready for the next one.
So it goes to Sony could be backing away from releasing single player titles on PC.
Yep.
They just promised this like not so long ago. What the hell? What did your kid say now? What the hell? Not important, but new details from an insider reveal that Sony PlayStation might stop releasing its single player titles on PC. Multi-platform releases have become increasingly common in recent years, with Xbox participating more actively in this strategy than PlayStation. However, many PlayStation exclusives have also made their way to PC. It appears that this may change in the future as PlayStation seems to be leaning towards maintaining more exclusive titles. Then it goes towards PlayStation strategy could see live service games come to PC while single player exclusive don't. Okay, that's actually valid.
Yeah, and I can before you continue on, I can see the reason why, and that's because the fact that with live service games, yeah, you can make the money on both platforms, especially the PC platform, seeing that there's going to be a much more stronger user base there, and then with crossplay, you benefit on both ends. But with single player games, you saw like they say that because they don't release the game like their exclusive game out on the same platform, meaning if I'm going to release a new God of War game, it's not going to be on the PC platform that same day. It's going to go to PlayStation first, and then next year it'll be on PC. And when they look at the sales, when they release the game the following year on PC, it doesn't go up. And I think it's because the fact that the interest that people would have for the game is not there. However, one single player game ended up tripling in sales, and that was Stellar Blade.
Yep.
God of War Ragnarok didn't sell as much on the PC platform. And I think Marvel Spider-Man, same thing. And then, of course, The Last of Us, I believe the same thing. Like,
Yeah,
it didn't get that huge boost in sales
Not really.
when they released the game that following year. But if they were to release the game right next to the PlayStation, the console version, then they would see a boost in sales, but it'll be primarily on the PC platform. So they'll be like, you know what? Our live service games we'll put on PC on the same day. But our single player games, we're pretty much backing away from that because they know that if PC players get PlayStation games day one, then it's like there's no reason for them to actually buy a PS5 or their next PlayStation console. I think they're doing this because the fact that PC gamers are not going to buy their console. Like they'll wait that year to buy it, but then by then there's already another game that they're probably interested in. So, yeah, the potential sales could be there if it's a certain game like Stellar Blade. Again, that game tripled in sales on the PC platform versus on the PS5 platform. And I already know why. Why.
Everybody knows why, Silver.
And I don't blame them.
We talked about a whole like mod scenario, but that's not important. But let's keep going.
Yeah.
PlayStation strategy could see live service games come to PC while single player exclusives don't. During the latest episode of the Triple Click podcast via Reset Era, Jason Schreier discussed PlayStation seemingly considered stopping its single player games from coming to PC. Schreier stated that he thinks the strategy for them is live service games are coming to PC, while he's getting the sense that they are backing away from putting their exclusive console stuff like traditional single player stuff on PC. Schreier mentioned that it would be surprising if Marvel's Wolverine never comes to PC. Even if it eventually does, players would likely understand that a PlayStation is necessary to play the game at least for the indefinite future. He also expressed uncertainty about how successful the PC releases have been. When asked why PlayStation would revert to a strategy that seems to be put something back in a bottle, along with the potential consequences of such a move, Schreier replied that they never release games on PC simultaneously with console launches. He pointed out that PC releases were always just kind of a late to the party. He added that he doesn't think it would be successful in the first place and doesn't think going back to the console-only strategy would be that big of a blow.
Yeah.
That's a solid statement.
Yeah.
I don't see like it as a bad like approach, but if you leave single player exclusive to PlayStation, that's just gonna make people buy a PlayStation and get it over with.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the worst that people can do? Try to pirate it, which I doubt. Well, PS5s are becoming moddable, but that's a different story. But with an approach like that for Wolverine, especially bringing that up coming soon.
Yeah, that game's coming out soon, and I don't think they're going to release it on the same day on PC.
Oh, hell no.
No.
You know how many mods will be installed in that thing?
Yeah.
It'd be violent.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, PlayStation, they pretty much want people to buy their hardware if you want to play their games, especially their single-player games. So the fact that PlayStation wants to do this because they know later down the line, if they continue down this path, that, you know what, we might as well release our single-player game alongside on the PC platform. They already know that they're going to lose that battle to the PC because PC players are not going to go get a console to play their single-player games, especially if it's on a PC platform. And then if you release it the next year after, it probably may not make any sales because people are not going to be interested in playing the game at that time because there's already another cool-looking game coming out later down the line. So and they don't discount the game
Never.
a year later. So it's like it doesn't benefit them releasing it on the PC platform a year later, especially if it's a single-player only game. Now, if it's a live service game like a Helldivers, oh, definitely. Yeah, they're going to do it on PC as well.
Yeah.
To capitalize on it.
Yeah.
It makes the most sense. But if it's a single-player game, and that's what PlayStation is good for, single-player game experiences, you're gonna want people to buy your platform.
Which makes a lot of sense. Next topic.
Yep.
Valve is being sued by New York State over loot boxes.
And this is
If I had a nickel for every time they get sued.
and this is dumb, and I think this is so dumb. It's so dumb.
It's an old situation, but let me read this.
Yeah.
The state of New York is suing Valve for claiming its loot box system constitutes gambling. New York Attorney General Letitia James' complaint asserts that loot boxes in Steam games such as Counter-Strike 2 and Dota 2 facilitate gambling by encouraging players to pay for a chance to win rare items. Similar to how slot machines operate, gambling is illegal in New York outside of certain exceptions.
Not there. If that is the case, y'all better go after gotcha games. You better go after Rockstar because they have casinos in GTA 5. You better go after EA. You better go after a lot more of these gaming companies instead of just Valve. I feel like
They're about to win again.
Yeah.
They're about to win again. But plus, with Counter-Strike, they did reduce some of the pricing, causing that whole market to fluctuate, which made some people go through some changes. But
hell, I'll even take this a step further. If you really think if you're gonna sue them, then you might as well sue Pokemon, One Piece, and all the other TCG.
Oh hell yeah!
You better sue them because it's gambling there too.
Oh, 100%. It's straight up gambling if you're buying booster boxes and hoping for the best. I just pulled a $1,500 manga with $200.
Shut up. Don't put that out there. You don't want them to come knocking on your door and be like, hey,
It ain't New York. It ain't New York. This is Florida, baby. South Florida gamers.
you can't be revealing the hustle, man.
Nah, I'm just selling it later anyway, so it's pointless.
Continue.
But yeah, illegal gambling can be harmful and lead to serious addiction problems, especially for young people, said Attorney General James. Valve has made billions of dollars by letting children and adults alike illegally gambling for a chance to win valuable virtual prizes. These features are addictive, harmful, and illegal, and my office is suing to stop Valve's illegal conduct and protect New Yorkers. I can't. That is way too funny. But yeah, sue TCGs and everything else if it's going to be the problem.
Yeah. Hey, scroll down to the part where it says now this lawsuit warns.
Now this lawsuit warns of the slippery slope from something like loot boxes to problematic behaviors and young individuals. The lawsuit cites a well-known gaming publication and claims that there are countless cases of kids using their parents' credit cards to be sucked into the world of microtransactions and loot boxes, some as young as 11. It stated that the lawsuit aims to permanently stop Valve from promoting gambling features in its games to require Valve to disgorge all ill-gotten gains to impose fines for violating New York laws. You can read the full complaint in the link.
Yeah, I don't think anything's gonna happen with this.
Oh no, they're gonna lose again. Like Valve is just gonna keep winning.
Literally.
Mainly because sue TCG, sue Pokemon Go, sue Gacha games. Like they're hitting Valve, which is the wrong place.
Yeah, you're going after Valve for something like this. You might as well hit up all the other gaming companies that also do the same exact thing. Primarily gacha games.
And also lottery systems if you're having an issue.
Yeah.
Lottery, scratch-offs, forms of gambling. There's so many steps into that. And they're stepping into the biggest opposition that isn't even related to gambling.
Listen, I know the cost of living is high in New York, but my God, the fact that this means that y'all have stooped so low to go after Valve after all these years. Like, come on now. Y'all that desperate for money?
If one country can't do it, what makes you think our home country is going to win against Valve? Shall we go to the next article?
Yeah.
Phil Spencer retires from Xbox. Sarah Bond resigns. That's one hell of an interesting situation. In a major breaking news of Friday, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella has announced that Microsoft gaming CEO and head of Xbox Phil Spencer is retiring from the company. In addition, Xbox President Sarah Bond has resigned.
Yeah, when news of this came out, I was shocked and surprised. I was just like,
Less than a week ago.
yeah, both of them, both heads of Xbox, just be like, all right, we're out.
Literally.
It's like, okay, what is going on? And my first thought when this news broke out was the fact that I know in their last quarter report that the Xbox, the hardware, the Xbox console wasn't selling good because the fact that they jacked up the price. But before they jacked up the price, the console wasn't selling good. You have Game Pass literally everywhere. The Asus ROG bombed. It didn't sell well.
Yeah.
So it's like hardware wise on the Xbox, it's not looking good. And it's just like, you know what? There's some changes that need to happen. And you two in charge, y'all got to go. Y'all got to go. Because it ain't working. Nobody wants to purchase an Xbox now. Thanks a lot.
Yep. So what I'm going to do is skip that little part and read the quotation. I want to thank Phil for his extraordinary leadership and partnership. Nettles said with an email to Microsoft and Xbox staff, over 38 years at Microsoft, including 12 years leading gaming, Phil helped transform what we do and how we do it. He expanded our reach across PC, mobile, and cloud, nearly tripled the size of the business, helped shape our strategy through the acquisitions of Activision Blizzard, ZeniMax, and Minecraft, and strengthen our culture across our studios and platforms. I'm like, that's a solid closer. Then it goes, as you scroll down, Spencer in a memo to his staff said that he made it known last year that he was thinking about stepping back and starting the next chapter of my life. From that moment, we aligned on approaching this transition with intention, ensuring stability and strengthening the foundation we've built, he said. Xbox has always been more than a business. It's a vibrant community of players, creators, and teams who care deeply about what we build and how we build it, and it deserves a thoughtful, deliberate plan for the road ahead. Taking over as head of gaming for Microsoft, Asha Sharma. Sharma has previously been the head of core AI at Microsoft after joining the company in 2024. Matt Booty, who will remain with Xbox, is moving up to Chief Content Officer.
Are you reading the other article?
Phil Spencer retires from Sarah Bond resigns.
Yeah, there's that one, but it's like when I sit down, when I sent you all the articles, it's like we'll talk about that, and then it'll lead us.
God.
It'll lead to the other article of Asha.
Oh my
and
God.
then it'll just pretty much just lead us to more articles.
Oh
'cause
okay, yeah.
There's a lot covering all this because this all happened with a span of a week.
So I can cut off here at least with mentioning
Yeah.
Asha Sharma.
Yeah, Asha Sharma full memo.
Okay, so the next one is Asha Sharma's full memo following promotion to CEO of Microsoft Gaming. This was made in February 20th. Still within the same day of the last article.
Yeah.
Following Phil Spencer's retirement announcements, Asha Sharma has been named EVP and the CEO of Microsoft Gaming. Below is her full internal memo. Dear team, today I begin my role as CEO of Microsoft Gaming. I feel two things at once, humility and urgency. Humility because this team has built something extraordinary over decades. Urgency because gaming is in a period of rapid change and we need to move with clarity and conviction. I am stepping into work shaped by generations of artists, engineers, designers, writers, musicians, operators, and more who create the worlds that have brought joy and deep personal meaning to hundreds of millions of players. The level of craft here is exceptional, and it is amplified by Xbox, which was found in a belief that the power of games connect people and pushes the industry forward.
Stop there.
Next page.
No, because I'm gonna read this article. Pull up the article that says the return of Xbox starts with console and hardware.
Got it. I'll leave this one.
I'll read it on my end,
Okay.
and then you can scroll down to the part where it says the new Xbox CEO.
Yep. On it.
All right. The new Xbox CEO is committed to the company's return and believe it starts with the console and hardware, with new announcements arriving soon. If you were living under a rock, you might have not heard that Phil Spencer has retired and Sarah Bond has resigned from Xbox with a new leadership in place. The new CEO is already talk of the town, with players recently discussing their gamer score and gamer tag. Now, in a new interview, the CEO has revealed what the return of Xbox means for them. During the interview with Windows Central, new Xbox CEO Asha Sharma explained what the return of Xbox statement meant. Sharma explained that players have invested thousands of dollars in time and money. It is important for her to understand and protect that. Sharma is committed to the return of Xbox, and that starts with console and hardware. And players should be hearing about that soon, as they have some announcements coming up. I'm trying to look for it.
You want to keep scrolling down?
Xbox players. I'm trying to find the part. Interested readers can check out our social on a full statement on the return of Xbox below. Okay, Xbox players have thousands of dollars invested in money and time too. It is incredibly important for me to understand that and protect that. Blah, 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 blah. You'll see us collectively investing here. We also know that there are a lot of players who aren't on console or our hardware, and I want to deliver great games to them too. I need to learn more about what that can look like, what decisions were made, what we need to do going forward, and I want a little bit of time and space to do that. In other news, the Xbox co-creator thinks the new CEO is there to sunset the Xbox brand. And that's in the other article. Xbox CEO says no, not that one. Xbox co-creator thinks the new CEO is there to sunset the Xbox brand. Pretty much, I'll
transition.
Yeah, transition to that one. Pretty much, Seamus Blackley, which was the Xbox co-creator, he thinks that this new CEO, Asha Sharma, she's pretty much there to just slowly be like, you know what? I'm slowly going to take you to your final resting place.
Yeah.
Xbox. That's what he thinks what they're going to do with the brand. But with the articles that you see in talks with Asha Sharma talking about the Xbox, like she says, you know, she's not going to shift the focus to chase trends with the Xbox, but just more so creating good experiences that's going to lead people to come back to Xbox, which sounds good. But when you look at her background, it's just like you've dealt with some AI stuff.
Yeah, that's the only thing that she has. It's with Core AI, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and
it's like, what the fuck do you know about gaming?
Yeah,
it sounds like that Kanye meme. It's like Lady Gaga knows about photos, but Lady Gaga owns a bit of Polaroid. What the fuck does she know about Polaroids? Is what it sounds like.
Yeah, because when you look at Asha Sharma's history, like her employment history, it's like she hasn't. This will be her first time taking up something in the games industry, because she hasn't been in the games she hasn't been in the game industry at all. So it's very hard for us gamers to be convinced of what her new role is going to do. But with the statement that she's putting out, it's like the focus is going to be primarily, hey, we're going to focus on Xbox. We're going to focus on bringing people to our hardware to buy our hardware, because the fact that the past couple of years, the Xbox has been pretty much losing. And that's because of the previous leadership there pretty much just made it very easy for people to not pick the Xbox. And this was something that I've always said on the podcast episodes ago, when what made people not be interested or involved or get involved in Xbox was the fact that their exclusive games, you can play them on other platforms, like primarily PC. Like,
excuse me.
Before you started seeing more Xbox games on PC players at the time would have to go out and go get an Xbox, because they were not able to play Halo 3, Halo 4, Halo Reach on PC. Now you can play all the Halos on PC. And now all the Gears of War, same thing. I remember, I think Gears 2 was on PC, but it wasn't, it wasn't optimized that well. So if you wanted the best experience for Gears of War 2, you would have to get it on the Xbox 360. Same thing with Gears 3. get the Xbox 360. If you have a gaming PC, you might as well just get an Xbox 360 for their exclusive games. And some of the multiplayer games, if you had a really good graphics card at that time, then you can play your multiplayer games on PC if it's optimized for PC. If not, just get the console. And that, and with the disaster of that E3 for Xbox, like they have not recovered. They tried to recover with some of their exclusive games, but it just, like Xbox exclusive games at that time, especially with the Xbox One, they were not competing against PlayStation 4's exclusives. Like PlayStation 4 was dominating. You had games like Uncharted 4, huge success. Then the reveal of Horizon Zero Dawn, bro, that game was gorgeous looking, and it was a must-have game if you had a PS4. Like, it was hard for Xbox to compete against PlayStation because a lot of people were just getting more PS4s. Kids were like, do you want an Xbox or a PlayStation? Get a PlayStation. The PlayStation was the go-to platform back in 2013. Before we had the PS5, everyone was on PS4. And it was hard for Xbox to compete with that, especially with their exclusives. But their exclusives lack that kick, that punch that they used to have with the Xbox 360.
Yeah, everything just went fast forward is how it felt like.
Yeah, and I've always said that Xbox was the best when it came to their multiplayer games because that's where everyone go for their multiplayer games was Xbox, especially first-person shooters. It ran better on the Xbox 360 than it did on the PlayStation 3. And with all these leadership changes, the one thing that stood out to me was the fact that they've never had, like, the Xbox leadership never had a actual gamer. Now, you can say Phil Spencer is a gamer.
That's the closest thing you can get.
Yeah, but he was not like a gamer's gamer.
No, he's just
Like all the previous Xbox executives, they were just guys in suit and ties. They're just there for the numbers.
Yep.
And to see
they're trying to look good.
Yeah, not trying to look good, but it's like we're just here to just make money instead of just creating gaming experiences for their consumer base. PlayStation, they created gaming experiences for their consumer base because they know that's the thing that sells. That's why PlayStation competed against Nintendo back in the 90s when they came out with the PlayStation 1 because the N64 was dominating.
100%.
So because PlayStation now had that experience of just creating games that's gonna give their gamers a really good experience, they know their consumer base. Xbox, on the other hand, when the first Xbox came out, it was revolutionary.
Yeah,
Granted,
it was a brand new console.
Granted, their biggest competition was the PlayStation 2 because that shit was dominating everywhere.
It was obsolete. Or like it was the strongest console in like still the history, which is still fascinating.
Yeah, it had better features.
Yeah.
Than the PS2, but the PS2 was the most dominating console at that time.
It was the most affordable one.
And then you had the reveal of the Xbox 360 and the launch title Halo 3, godlike.
Yeah.
Godlike.
All it took was one game to get most of the attention.
Yeah. And granted, Xbox did take a hit because of the Red Ring of Death, so they definitely took a hit on that. But they were still the most dominant console at that time. And PlayStation, they took an L because the PS3 was $600 when it came out.
And then there's also that hacking situation, right? Not really.
Not really. But all I remember there wasn't a lot of must-have exclusives that came out with the PS3, but it was very, very slow. Like they slowly came out. That I would say around 2010, 2011. That's when it started to pick up. But at that time. So during the PS3's dark ages, the Xbox was dominant because you had Halo 3 as your launch title, and then another game that came out right after that, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. And of course, everything else is history. But 360 era, they dominated. Xbox dominated at that time. But the leadership at that time, they were just looking at numbers like, okay, now we want to go after another crowd, and that's when they wanted to make the Xbox an entertainment system when it's supposed to be a gaming console, because what made y'all successful with a lot of money and revenue was the gamers, because you provided a great multiplayer gaming experience on the Xbox 360, and they completely forgot that. So going into the Xbox One, they had to pretty much undo all the fuck shit that they did. They had to unfuck that console, but by then it was already too late.
Yeah.
PlayStation 4 dominated for the years, as we saw, and now we see PlayStation being a little bit cocky again, because it's like
There's nothing much going on.
yeah, they don't have much of a competition. Like, they're not worried about Nintendo. Xbox done waved the flag, and I honestly I blame the leadership. Now, granted, yeah, they wanted to make money, hence why you see Game Pass becoming a thing, so that way they can have a subscription service where they have a lot of subscribers. That's why we started seeing Microsoft buying up these big studios like Bethesda and Activision, so that way they can start make games for their subscription service that's going to attract people. But when they realized that a lot of people are not subscribing to their services, that's when they're just like, you know what, we need to raise the price a little bit higher, because so that way we can, you know, continue to keep making money. But that's the thing that Xbox struggles with, is the fact that what games do you guys have that is exclusive to your brand that makes me want to go out and purchase your console? The answer is none.
Yeah, like, what's the point in going into GameStop nowadays?
Like, yeah, what's the point of going to GameStop nowadays to get one of your consoles? I'd rather get a PS5
Yeah.
or a Switch 1 or Switch 2.
But the one thing to backtrack, I do love how Steam is just like, yeah, this is looking like a sunset. We're about to go soon.
Yeah.
That's kind of, it's sad, it's somber, but I think it's going to be in a somber way that most people would not be surprised about. It'll probably be left with more disappointment, but at least servers still being active, remaining games. They're like, hey.
Yeah. Like Xbox, they still have that user base, because if you can't afford a PC, then a console is going to be your best bet.
Or
if you want
Game
to
Pass for PC.
Yeah.
The options are still free, but it looks like it's kind of subtle. It's like very subtle.
Yeah. So with this new CEO, she's committed to bringing new game experiences to the Xbox brand. A lot of people are skeptical because of her past history, and she's never dealt with anything in the games industry. So
It's like what I said with Kanye West earlier, how he stated that, but I do agree. It's weird. AI CEO going to gaming.
yeah,
It does not go together, as most people would expect. It's like an oil and vinegar situation.
right. Granted, there's another article that I also sent to you. It says that, you know, new Microsoft gaming CEO has no tolerance for bad AI. So expect some AI, even though she said she don't want bad AI, but expect AI nonetheless. And that's because of her background.
I'm trying to find the exact one, but I think I accidentally shift focus, chase trends, no layoffs. Wow, I forgot to save the article. Oh shit. Whoops.
Well, I can read it on my end, because it says new Microsoft gaming CEO Asha Sharma gives her stance on AI. She also firmly believes that human beings are the ones responsible for great stories in gaming, which I agree.
Okay.
Xbox underwent a great restructuring that led Phil Spencer's retirement. Sarah Bond, former Xbox president, also stepped down. In her place, Asha Sharma has been named the new EVP and CEO of Microsoft Gaming. Sharma, who was previously the head of Core AI at Microsoft, commented on her stance on AI in gaming. She admits the industry is in a tumultuous place, but remains optimistic and open-minded about the future. Speaking of the future, while she does have a background in AI, she also has no tolerance for bad AI. Furthermore, she also believes in protecting what she believes in. As that pertains to AI, she is cognizant that AI is a part of gaming's future, as it has played a role in its past. Still, she believes humans tell good stories, which is true.
Yes.
AI has long been a part of gaming and will continue to be so, Sharma said, noting that gaming needs new growth engines, but that great stories are created by humans, which I agree. So,
Yeah. Okay, I found a link at a good timing. That was actually really good.
So not much on that article.
But it's just like, hey, if you're gonna put artificial intelligence, I want it to have good quality. I guess people, when they refer to AI, it's just gonna be a slop that is prompts made, poor artwork. Like instead of 5 fingers, you have like 7 randomly
Yeah.
positions. Amazon's bad voice acting of banana fish. Like there's a lot of sequences of general examples of what bad AI could mean in its definition.
Yeah.
But if she says good AI, I wonder there's gonna be a justification. It's gonna be for NPCs, something. It's very interesting how she's very persistent on reminding, like, hey, I want AI, but not bad AI.
So I'm reading all the other articles, and I think I've pretty much covered majority of what I wanted to say when it comes to this. And we're just got to see what Xbox does from here on out, because now it's under a new leadership, and we're gonna have to see in the next couple of years what they're gonna do. Do I have faith in Xbox? Not so much of faith, but under a new leadership, we could see things change around. But with what's already out there, like Game Pass, and of course, Xbox exclusive games being available on other platforms, what reason are you giving to consumers to purchase an Xbox hardware? What's the reason? If I can play all these other games on other platforms that are your games that you develop and publish, what's the reason for me to buy the hardware to play those games when I can play them elsewhere? When I can play them on the competition?
Yep.
That's just something that I'd have to ask, because you have to sell me on me going out there to go buy an Xbox console.
Or like buy a disc, or even just download. Give me a reason to buy a good Xbox game, please.
Yeah, like I need you have to sell me on a really good experience, and then of course the experience on that hardware has to be really good. Otherwise, it's just like I'm good. I don't have to buy. I'm not buying it, because there's nothing that you're offering me that's going to convince me to go out and drop $600 to $700 on your console, especially at the price where it's at today.
When it was originally $300 to like $400.
Yeah.
There's no point nowadays.
No, it really is.
Did you want me to go into any more articles?
No, I think we touched up on everything.
Damn. That was pretty efficient.
Yeah. Yeah, we're pretty much solid for tonight.
Yeah, like, it was a quick fluid, like, this was like a very good subject to bring up, especially with new CEOs, with Valve going all over the place. Well, Valve isn't even going anywhere. That's the funny part.
Yeah.
It's just getting sued by New York because they're just being petty right now.
Literally.
And then with EVO, how the community is just going to be, however changing, is going to be impressive, and I'm looking forward to seeing that the most.
Yeah.
I think that's the one article that stood out the most between you and I.
Yeah.
EVO specifically.
Yeah, I'm more interested in what EVO's gonna do.
Mainly because we're both organizers, competitors, and like content creators at the same time.
Yeah.
We see this and we're wondering how we're gonna move in all 3 of those ways.
Yeah, I'm more interested on how they plan to support locals, because as I said before, the biggest thing locals need is more exposure on a local level.
Yeah, that's why they said awareness. They said awareness in like such a corporate way, but it's understandable.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, that I understand. And I remember, and I also had the idea when I was driving here, just thinking about it, like, this is something that I could see other fighting game developers and publishers that they can do to help bring more exposure to the locals, like, local tournaments and places and like that. Like, every Sunday on their social media platforms, you make a post, and it's like a 5-minute video, and it showcases all the locals within that state.
Ooh.
Like or at least the top maybe 5 locals within that state.
Ooh.
Like, every local would have to send like a 1 minute 30-second like a video promotion, like promoting their local. Hey, where it's at, where it's located, like who you are, where's your local located, and when do you run your tournaments and whatnot. And if you have a bigger tournament coming up, when's that going to take place? Like, let's call it support your local Sunday.
Real.
Like Sundays is support your local Sundays, and we're going to be taking a look at the state of Florida. I'm going to use Florida as a good example, and we're going to highlight some locals there in the state of Florida. So let's
break it down for like South Florida Central and North, because you know how complicated it would get.
Yeah. So yeah, break it down like that. So in North Florida, you got this local. This is ran by Vistio.
Like you have Rare Side ran by Untitled Wave, as a general example. Then if you go to Central, you have Alex, for a general example, running Juicy's. Then you have Flynn's representing you for South Florida.
And then you have ROK. Then you have here at Guildhall.
Yeah. Like, motions are endless. Like, you have a lot of content you can make with 50 states.
Yeah, and since there's, 52 weeks in a year, like, you can literally cover all states.
50 states, then you have commonwealths, too, like Puerto Rico. Like, if you want to be diverse in how you want to approach this, just choose a state, choose the right people to say it, get a representative. Get someone that is a local, that trusts the locals, that's with the people. Can't just get anyone generic.
Yeah, there has to be a way to, one, of course, you got to filter out. And I would just go, like, my idea with, like, game companies, like, prime example, I'm going to go with Arxis. No, not Arxis. I'm going to go with, 2XK, with 2XKO.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to go with them and be like, hey, every Sunday is support your local Sunday. And this Sunday, we're going to highlight this state, and we're going to go over all the locals within that state. And you could just make, like, a post that's like a 7-minute video, like a 5 to 7 minute video. And it's like a video vignette or a compilation of all these locals.
Yeah.
Within that video. And
that has 2XKO.
Yeah, that runs 2XKO. Yeah, definitely. And, you see the TOs, and then, of course, you see the environment of the locals and whatnot, what day that they run it, and if they have any big tournaments, they can also announce that in the video, and that's it. And cut. All right, roll in another one, and just continue on with that. Can continue forward with that. And then, of course, your socials, like...
I was ready to say that. Like, make sure you have the social, like the ats and who to message.
Yeah, like...
Because frequently asked questions are a thing.
Yeah, definitely. So that way people know, like, how do I get in touch with this local that's located here? Of course, they're gonna put all that information in the post. Especially like if you do it on Twitter, you can just do like a thread. If you do it on Facebook, you can do a really big post. If you do it on YouTube, then you can put all the locals within the description of the video.
Yeah,
like there's ways to go about it. But if every fighting game developer were to do something like this for like their social media platform, to where every Sunday is support your local Sunday, and you show off a compilation of locals within that state, you would bring more exposure to the local environment to get more people to come out and also know about other locals that people really don't know about. Like, that could be a great way to give more locals exposure. It's not about giving that local more money or giving that local more hardware, like EVO is gonna try to do. I don't think that's going to help in the long run. You want that local to get more local exposure, like around their area. Yeah. So that way they can attract more new faces to that local. So that way it helps grow the scene even more.
And that's pretty wholesome, in all honesty. Like, those third world countries that are actually going to have like a local recognition, they deserve it more. They deserve it the most. Those people that have been like wanting to
you mean with EVO, right?
Yeah, with EVO.
Okay.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I'm not talking about us. Jesus.
No, because what I was saying, like, it was mostly just for United States. Like,
I know. I'm bringing it back to like the earlier subject with EVO and how.
Okay, definitely.
Like bringing it back around, like that will definitely encourage more players, like internationally. Like, there are a lot of people who buy Steam decks or have Steam accounts alone. I can't wait to see how they're promoting this.
Yeah.
With us in the States, like, support your locals, that's going to be cool as hell.
Yeah.
And then one day in the future, every country is going to have a support your local. Like, that's a dream. That's a dream theory.
Yeah, because the more exposure a local can have, then the more potential people will go to that local. because, as I said, if you can show off, if like game companies like ArcSys, like NetherRealm, like Capcom, like SNK, like Team Ninja, Koei Tecmo, who does Dead or Alive,
Yeah.
what's the other one?
Bandai Namco.
French Bread.
Oh yeah.
French Bread. Like the list goes on.
There's a lot
Like
of
if they were to just do that concept that I just explained, like support your local Sundays on their social media, you would bring so much more recognition and more exposure to local levels, because you're gonna have people watching that content or seeing that content on social media, and if they are like, let's just say if they are in South Florida and they see that video, like, oh, I did not know this place existed. I'm gonna go check it out this Friday or this Saturday. That's a plus. And honestly, I feel like it wouldn't hurt to try to do something like that, honestly.
No.
Granted, it may take you some time to, like, you know, edit the video,
post-process.
but all it is just a compilation.
Yeah.
Like, let the TO do all of the editing, like trying to get a minute and 30 seconds of their local,
And just send it.
and then just send it. And then the person that gets that video gets the clips of videos, just put it in a compilation video,
Yep.
get the copy and paste all the description, and then just throw it up on social media.
Yeah.
Do it every Sunday.
Wow, I sound
Every
like you're
Sunday,
disagreeing, but
like,
I'm
yeah,
100%
like every
sure.
Sunday, you just do it for one state until you cover all 50 states.
And it's not like you're doing it forever.
Yeah. Like if you want more people to get into fighting games, you want more people to, you know, get into the local scene and get into these competitive events, I feel like that is a great way to go about it.
I do agree with 50 states and Commonwealth. It's not that hard. Everyone can operate in different states, so it's not like everyone doing Florida in one shot.
Yeah. Like if I wanted to travel to Louisiana or Alabama or South Carolina, then I can just go to that YouTube channel of the, like, I can just go to ArcSys YouTube channel, look for the local section and look for South Carolina, and then I'll just find the locals there and find like the nearest one, and I'll just go there.
You know, they input your idea. It's just going to be the DNF treatment, right? They're going to wait like 2 years.
I'm just saying, like, it wouldn't hurt to do something like
I'm
this.
just making fun of ArcSys because you know how long it takes for them to process
Oh,
everything.
yeah, definitely.
Like Strive 2.0 or 3.0. They announced that like months ago. Nothing has happened since.
I think it's just going to happen during the summer.
But they're going to be on Tokon's ass. I can guarantee that.
Yeah, I have a feeling like with Strive, especially with 2.0, I think they're going to implement it before Combo Breaker,
They have to.
because they're gonna want to see the new stuff on the big stage, which will be EVO. So I would say expect a lot of game updates for most of your fighting games before. I would say Combo Breaker, but I'll also say before EVO, because EVO's the big one.
And then everything gets implemented to CEO like always.
Unfortunately,
It's funny though. You got to admit, it's really funny. The one game I'm kind of curious in seeing that there'll be a scene, Invincible versus.
yeah.
I'm not convinced there'll be a scene, but hey, we're a local and we got to run it.
Definitely. Let's get on up out of here.
Alrighty.
All right. Any final words?
You know what's funny? While we were talking about this, I was watching Heinz winning the Street Fighter tournament.
Nice.
Yeah, that's where I'm like locked in for a moment and then looking back up. But overall, thank you guys once again for tuning in to another one of our episodes, 172 South Florida Gamers Podcasts. Definitely had some good coverage talking about the new CEO, the sunset potentially happening. Poor High Guard. Poor New York trying to mess with Valve. And then EVO with a lot of opportunities opening up. Glad to see even though it is with societies, I'm glad to see some type of positivity or at least some kind of new thing going on. What about you, Silver?
As for me, as I said, I don't support. I have zero support
Agreed.
over the Saudis owning EVO, but I am interested in seeing the ideas that they're gonna have in supporting the locals. I am very interested in that, because whatever they try to implement, I want to see how they go about it, and then pretty much try to take their idea and use it for myself. That's what I ultimately want to do.
It's real. It's
Yeah, I would like to take their idea and use it for myself, but if the idea that I mentioned earlier, to where all these game developers of these fighting games, if they were to do a social media post called support your local Sundays, and then every Sunday they highlight a state that has all these locals, that would bring so much exposure to the fighting game community.
Yeah, I respect that.
So with that being said, I appreciate y'all for watching and tuning in. Thank y'all so much. This Sunday, we will have a group episode, a God of War cast.
I'll sadly be dodging. I have a Red Bull tournament to compete in.
How unfortunate.
But hey, Red Bull, baby.
So, we'll see you guys back on Sunday. I'm definitely looking forward to that. And appreciate y'all for watching and tuning in. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like, hit that subscribe, and
Love you guys.
yeah, man. And then, of course, on Twitch, just, hit that follow. And if you want to subscribe, by all means, by subscribing, you help support the podcast. Greatly appreciate you. And, of course, on Facebook, like and share the stream. Greatly appreciated, as always. And, yeah, we are signing off. Y'all have a good night.
Peace. Support my fans.